A woman who Destiny, for some reason, continually chooses to associate by the name of Lav, dropped some interesting messages today. Thought maybe we should go over those. She asks Steven, you said you were bisexual. No catching or throwing, I guess? You just like the idea of men? I'm doing a biphobia to you. It's kind of weird. Men are gross, TBH. Lol. So I guess one kink I can say is that I have a huge cum fetish. I love someone making out with me after after filling their mouth or eating it off or out of someone, etc., etc. And it's big enough that it's really hot for me to suck it out of a guy too. So I love giving head to guys, just no desire to do much else with them. Interesting. That's one of mine too, Lav says. I feel powerful taking cum from them. Ooh, well, I guess that's one way to view it. I think a lot of people can have different power views related to sex, though, for sure, yeah. What's another kink you have? Ah, I guess the cum eating one is the most extreme. I said I'm pretty vanilla. I don't know why, but I like feet too. Rubbing them or nibbling on them while I'm fucking someone is super, super hot to me. Kink shames. Accurate, Lav. Fuck you, bitch. And then this is just showing, Lav put these up on her Twitter today. Saw him like, I don't know, an hour or two ago live. And then this is another communication between the two of them. Lav asks, what does the bite mark look like now? And he sends her a picture. You can see a faint outline of a bite right here. And he says, still tender. And this is a hilarious targeted ad. Shout outs to Code Cave. He screen capped this. Hypersexuality is not infidelity. It's an ADHD response. I mean, I don't know if there could be a more targeted ad than that. That ad probably only went to one computer. It's just Destiny's computer. That's the only one that's ever gotten this exact ad. And this is just showing that, I honestly would have just assumed this guy was rich and he wouldn't be quibbling over 5, 10 grand or whatever. But he says he was like between moving or something, and he had to overlap the leases. And he says, and now I can't even fucking stream in December, which is like the best streaming month because he didn't have internet at the time set up in the new place, something like that. Plus all the fucking traveling and shit I've done recently for podcasts and everything. Plus I'm paying deposit, plus rent at new apartment, which is like $49.80 a month. Plus I'm paying $4,500 for my month to month on my last apartment, which is completely wasted this month. I had like three $14,000 charges to my credit cards. August pay is super high at the moment. Isn't it just a percentage? So if you're making more money, he makes more money, like it shouldn't impact you, really. It's just, this is the same percent, no? And that's coming out of PayPal since the YouTube is earning. I have to chill on spending. My shit is fucking out of control. And then this, he basically just got like scammed out of 8K. Supposedly he got it back, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. Just Doug is a fucking con artist. Someone fucking messaged me and told me this guy has a reputation in political circles in LA for being a swindler, and he always uses data scientist as his fucking in for shit. Fuck me. And he says, I think, does he say in here? I sent him the money as family friends on PayPal, so I can't bill it back. Supposedly he did get it back. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just funny. But then this is, if you feel bad that, Lav put these out for Destiny, it's like, oh, I mean, he chose to talk to her. It's not even really with wording. She's just like, he talks to her for a stupid amount of time about unbanning her in some server or some dumb shit. But you can see, as recently as February 10th, 2024, he's still talking to this woman. There's no reason to be doing. She's insane, unhinged. All of this reminded me of a interaction Destiny had with Sam Seder a little bit. So
the way you responded to my video about Kyle Rittenhouse, where I had nothing factually wrong. You didn't like the framing, but your framing was
irresponsible media pundits like Sam Seder, who covered this story disingenuously, probably helped to foment a fuck ton of negative sentiment towards somebody like Rittenhouse, who, if he was black and had shot white people at a fucking conservative protest, you would probably be on your knees filleting right now, talking about how brave he was, how much of a hero he was, that he was protecting his property against horrible white nationalists, and he was preserving the character of the neighborhood, blah, 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 blah. If the races were reversed on just the shooter, because obviously all the people shot were white, you would actually be guzzling buckets of his cum, like, every day.
So you were really basically doing what you accused me of doing.
That is exactly what happened, Sam. He was accusing you of something that he liked to do. So interesting how often this sort of thing turns out to be projection. But that's all I got for you.